We welcome all family and friends of the graduates of the Lesley University classes of 22, 2021, and 2020. I would like to begin with a tribal land acknowledgement. We are grateful to Claudia Fox Tree, a member of the Yucca Yiki Guainia Taino tribe, and a doctoral student in our Graduate School of Education, for helping us write it. We acknowledge that the land that we occupy on our campus in Cambridge and today in Boston has been cared for by indigenous people since time immemorial. Explorers and colonizers came here and stayed without treating the people they met as equals or as rightful stewards of this land, taking their lives, land, and resources. We are gathered on the traditional homelands of the Massachusetts nation. We also acknowledge their neighbors and relatives, the Nipmuc and Wampanoag peoples. We humbly recognize the sacrifices that this country's indigenous communities were forced to make in order for us to be here and to hold this ceremony. We honor their connection to these lands and are grateful for the legacy they left us. Ceremonial and sacred places in nature, ancestral burial grounds on this land, and language through place names and words now integrated into English. Thank you. Please note the following change to this afternoon's speaker program. Alumni Association President Zelinka Winitzer unfortunately cannot attend and will be replaced by Alumni Trustee Lee Sheridan. Leading the procession is Angela Crawford Irvin, a member of the Staff Representative Advisory Council, which represents all staff who make a positive difference in the lives of our students and the quality of their education. Angela is followed by the faculty of Lesley University's College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, who will be entering on the right, and the faculty of the College of Art and Design and a Threshold program, who will be entering on the left. The faculty will line the aisles for the faculty salute to honor the classes of 2022, 2021, and 2020. Would you please stand for the commencement procession? Please welcome Lesley University's graduates from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, the College of Art and Design, and the Threshold program. Please welcome the stage party, including the Chief Marshal, the school deans, faculty leadership and university administrators, the University Board of Trustees, the honorary degree recipients, and the university president.
Good afternoon and welcome. The 2022 Lesley University Commencement for graduates from the College of Art and Design and the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and students completing the threshold program is called to order. Please be seated. Yeah! It is my privilege to introduce the chair of the Lesley University Board of Trustees, Hans D. Strack.
I feel excitement is in the air here today. I can't believe it. We're here, finally here, celebrating. It is my pleasure to welcome you, the Lesley University classes of 2022, 2021, and 2020. Your parents, We include your parents who support you in so many ways, your families and friends who encourage you, our honorees and dignitaries who join you in this celebration of your academic achievements, and the faculty, administration, and staff who made this education possible. What a joy it is to finally be able to be here in person. Oh, it's so amazing. It has been 2 years since we've been able to have this celebration, and I am so excited to see all of you here today. The College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and the College of Art and Design have impressive histories that have been united for 20 years. And today at Lesley the Lesley Art and Design program is the second largest area of academic study at Lesley University. As graduates of the College of Art and Design and the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, you are about to become alumni of Lesley University. Those of you in the Threshold program, you will join our robust community of alumni as well. Yay for the Threshold program. I encourage you all to remain involved with your alma mater in the years ahead. On behalf of the Lesley University Board of Trustees, I extend congratulations on your academic and creative achievements and best wishes as you begin the next chapter in your life's journey. And the world needs you now more than ever. Congratulations. It is now my privilege to introduce you to the president of Lesley University, Janet Steinmeier. President Steinmeier is presiding over her third Lesley commencement, but this is the first one we have been able to do it in person since she has become president. I'd like to take a moment to recognize her strong leadership during this time of unprecedented change and challenges, and also to thank Janet for her prior years of service as a Lesley trustee. Please welcome Janet Steinmeier.
Good afternoon. And thank you, Hans, for your almost 18 years of service to Lesley. On behalf of Hans and the entire Board of Trustees, I welcome you all to this year's commencement ceremony and extend a jubilant congratulations to our multi-talented graduates. To their proud families and friends, to our dedicated faculty and professional staff, and to our distinguished honorary degree recipients, Shelley Lowe and Elise Parker. This afternoon, we celebrate students earning master's, bachelor's, and associate's degrees from our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and our College of Art and Design, and our students earning certificates of completion from the Threshold program. To the class of 2022, what a day of celebration for all you have achieved in these momentous times. To the alumni from the classes of 2020 and 2021 who've returned today to cross the stage, how wonderful to have you back so we can celebrate your achievements in person. And as a mother of an alumnus of the Threshold program, seeing our Threshold students cross the stage at commencement for the very first time in the university's history brings tears to my eyes. Class of 2022, I hope that sharing the spotlight from members of the two other classes from the 2020s and Threshold more than triples the pride and warmth you feel as you cross the stage today. So as we begin the ceremony today, let us pause to remember the loved ones that the pandemic has taken from us, family members and friends who might otherwise have been with us, as well as the victims of wars and the violent hate crimes, most recently, the mass shooting in Buffalo. There is no doubt that at school graduations and commencements across the globe, speakers will observe that we are living through extraordinary times. The shockwaves keep coming, and the demands on us to adapt and be flexible and resilient keep mounting. To survive and thrive under such conditions, we must collaborate with even greater compassion and courage and creativity. We must redouble our efforts to collaborate across differences in culture and perspective. We must expand and deepen the ways we connect with each other as individual humans living in community. And above all, we must restore and embrace our most human connections. Fostering these vital human connections, preparing our students to be practitioners in these arts, is what sets a Lesley education apart. The depth and breadth of these connections flavors the Lesley experience. In fact, Lesley's secret sauce is blended in the myriad ways that you've learned to collaborate across disciplines and differences to produce a richer and more satisfying repast. Whether your studies focused on the liberal arts or visual arts, education, psychology, social work, creative writing, business, or some combination of these, you have learned the value of these strengthening human connections, and you're ready to share this bountiful feast with your community. With national shortages of teachers, mental health counselors, and social workers, and with our collective yearning for the expressive and healing power of the arts, a Lesley education has never been more in demand or more satisfying to share. You are the first responders to our most fundamental human needs: the need to be inspired by wise and caring teachers, the need to be supported by skilled and empathic counselors, the need to be moved and uplifted by creative expression. The future of our communities depends more than ever on the skills and perspectives that you have developed during your time at Lesley. Our bruised and imperfect world is hungry for what you can and will bring to the table. But we know that that essential work each of you has to do to feed your community is likely to be draining and to leave you hungry too. Practitioners in the critically needed and demanding fields that you're entering will need a lifetime of learning and development, regular opportunities for renewal, and new sources of inspiration. Fortunately, opportunities to continue your education and to deepen your connection to Lesley won't end when you cross the stage today. As Linda Lee Sheridan, a trustee and former head of the Alumni Association, will soon note, The value of your Lesley education will continue to grow as you make connections and discover the nearly 90,000 alumni of Lesley University. Our focused commitment to growing community partnerships like the one we're launching with Riverside Community Care, to open a behavioral health center on our Doble campus, will create reciprocal links between the university and employers and enable our students and alumni to forge lasting and lifelong connections. Partnerships will be designed to make students have accessible pathways to meaningful careers, while helping employers train and recruit the skilled and caring professionals their communities need, and create new avenues for research to share with future Lesley students. Whether you stay in one field or you change occupations, as many people do in their working lives today, we'll build the programs not only to launch you in those careers, but to create a banquet that will sustain you through your entire professional arc. By now, you may have noticed that I've sprinkled culinary language throughout these remarks. So I will end with a brief note about 5 chefs who were honored in 2014 with the United States Stamp Series: Joyce Chen, Julia Child, Edna Lewis, James Beard, and Felipe Rojas Lombardi. Each of them is now credited with revolutionizing American cuisine through the championship of fresh, seasonal ingredients at a time when many people wanted to spend less time in the kitchen and were enthralled with modern conveniences like the TV dinner. Joyce Chen, a fellow Cantabrigian, for popularizing authentic Chinese cuisine. Julia Child, also very famously from Cambridge, for bringing French cooking to the American kitchen. Edna Lewis as the grande dame of Southern cooking. James Beard for being the dean of American cuisine based on his champion of Native American ingredients. And Felipe Rojas Lombardi, who was a founder of the groundbreaking gourmet store Dean in DeLuca, for masterminding South American cooking and bringing tapas to America. Yet each of them overcame fiercely set cultural barriers to achieve what they did. Joyce Chen as an emigre from communist China and a single mother. Julia Child is an unlikely female TV star with her mature age and unusual height. Edna Lewis as the daughter of emancipated slaves and the first African American to use her own name, race, and gender in publishing a cookbook. And James Beard and Felipe Rojas Lombardi for being gay at a time when, for instance, it was the reason that James Beard was expelled from Reed College. But they succeeded, each of them, because they persisted, just like the Lesley motto, perissum ni perstitissim, I would have perished had I not persisted. There's a poignant moment in a recent HBO series about Julia Child when her husband sums up what was making her TV show, The French Chef, such an unexpected hit. He says, "You are teaching them how to taste life, and they are listening." So as you close this chapter of your Lesley experience, these are my wishes for you. I wish that you, having learned from this wonderful faculty, staff, and community to taste life, that you will continue to savor life, to savor this moment in all its complex flavors. I wish that you'll use your knowledge and zest for life to enhance and improve the lives of others. I wish you will persist, as each of these chefs did, to bring your vision to life. And I wish that you will make every day count. As one of the speakers in this year's Thought Leadership Series, author and artist Aqua Holmes said, quoting a character in one of her books, "Don't wait to have a great day. Create one." I think we can all agree that today is a great day for Lesley, and I hope each of us will commit to making tomorrow a great day too, in whatever ways we can, for as many people as we can. Congratulations again to the classes of 2022, 2021, 2020, and Threshold. And now I'd like to invite our board chair, Hans Strauch, back to the podium, along with our provost and chief academic officer, Dr. Jonathan K. Jefferson, for the presentation of the honorary degrees.
Honorary degrees are awarded to individuals who have achieved distinction in their chosen fields and professions. By their example, honorary degree recipients make tangible a set of values we aspire to as an academic community. These individuals are models to us because of their intellectual engagement, artistic creation, professional achievement, and civic commitment. We are honored this afternoon to be awarding honorary degrees to Olivia Parker, an internationally recognized photographer with long-standing ties to Lesley, and Shelley Lowe, Chair of the National Endowment for the Humanities.
The Lesley Board of Trustees has authorized the awarding of these honorary degrees to Olivia Parker and Shelley C. Lowe in recognition of the outstanding contributions and achievements that have brought these individuals to this assembly today.
Good afternoon. A pencil is unconcerned with the quality of its line, and the camera is an apparatus, a tool for a task, and indifferent to the aspirations of the person using it. Its job is to capture reflected light within an instant, unconcerned about the time leading up to or historically following that fraction of a second. Without reflected light, there is no image. And in that absence of illumination, the miracle of this tool is simply a beautifully designed amalgam of metal, plastic, glass, and technology. In our time, when photographs are so often marginalized by the incomprehensible number that are made every day, existing for eternity in the grand condiment of social networking buffets, Olivia Parker's photographs are intensely personal and reflective narratives that have always exceeded the boundaries of her frames, inviting those who experience her images to examine their lives and the fragility of those fractions of a second that construct our allotted time on this planet. In Olivia Parker's images, she has performed a perfect trick on the universe. She is her camera, capturing the reflections of her life, who and what she loves, and most sublimely perfect, the illumination of the light within herself. In recognition of your creative vision and contributions to the world of photography, the trustees of Lesley University are honored and pleased to confer to you, Libby Parker, the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts. Presented in Boston, Massachusetts on the 21st day of May. 2022.
Congratulations to our honoree, Olivia Parker. Now, oops, please. Now will Shelley C. Lowe, honorary degree recipient, and her faculty escort, Dr. Robert Walkenin, please come forward.
Good afternoon. Shelley C. Lowe. Citizen of the Navajo Nation, raised in the Navajo Nation in Ganado, Arizona, nominated by President Joseph Biden and confirmed by the U.S. Senate as the chair of the National Endowment for the Humanities. You, Shelley Lowe, are the first Native American and the second woman in history to lead this federal agency. Scholar, educator, and fearless leader, you led the Harvard University Native American program, bringing together Native American, Alaska Native, and Native Hawaiian members of the Harvard community to advance the well-being of indigenous peoples through self-determination, academic achievement, and community service. Inaugural director of Yale University's Native American Cultural Center and assistant dean at Yale College, you advanced the center's mission to maintain a permanent and prominent Native American presence at Yale that incorporates and supports the success of future Native leaders through recruitment, encouragement, mentoring, and service, thereby fostering a community for Native American achievement, research, and solidarity. Proud alumna of the University of Arizona, you facilitated that university's graduate education program in American Indian Studies and served as president of the American Indian Alumni Club and as a member of the Arizona Alumni Association's governing board. Parent of 5 children, including a Lesley University graduate, you have championed and celebrated the culture, history, and rights of Native Americans and indigenous peoples with integrity, wisdom, and passion, embodying the inclusive values that Lesley University prizes and seeks to instill in our graduates. In recognition of your scholarship and service, the trustees of Lesley University are honored and pleased to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Presented in Boston, Massachusetts on the 21st day of May in the year 2022.
Yat she Shelley Lowe Yanisha, Bilagana Nishle, Nanastasia Tachini Bashachi, Bilagana Dashache do Trabaha Dashanala, Lo Cantier de Nasha, Cambridge, Massachusetts de Sheridan, Shache Darren Lowe Willia, Slatnana Shache Anea Lowe Willia. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Shelley Lowe. I'm Navajo. Thank you. I am originally from Ganado, Arizona, and I live here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I want to acknowledge my daughters who are here with me today, Darren and Anea, with the phones, of course. And they shortened the title. I am chair of the National Endowment for the Humanities. They got rid of the man. It's a short title, right? Chair Loeb. Sounds interesting to me. I'm honored to be here today to celebrate this momentous and joyous occasion with all of you. 3 years ago, I sat back there behind the cameras for my daughter's graduation. My daughter Darren graduated from Lesley University in 2019, and it's so exciting to be here with everyone in person to celebrate your graduation today. Congratulations. My heartfelt congratulations to all of you on everything you've accomplished. This has been a rough road, and you did it, and we are so excited and happy for your perseverance and for sticking with it. And my congratulations and gratitude to the parents, to grandparents, to your brothers and sisters, your nieces and nephews, your significant others, to the faculty, the staff, the administrators, and anyone else who helped you to get here today. And before I get going, we're going to do a little bit of business here. I want all the graduates to stand up. I am not going to confer your degrees, but I want you to turn around and thank all of your family members who are here today. Family members, they did it, right? They're here. Exciting. Okay, now we got to get to business because I know every single one of you is much more interested in festivities after commencement and this evening and hopefully all weekend. So let's get going. Today, I want to speak to you about living with the humanities and the stories and lessons that define who we are. For many of us, when we hear the term humanities, the phrase can sometimes seem lofty, highbrow, intimidating, or perhaps too academic to have much real-life consequence. From a scholarly standpoint, humanities is the collective catch-all term that we use for fields such as history, literature, languages, philosophy, art history, religion, jurisprudence, ethics, and many, many other disciplines that I won't keep naming, unlike the sciences and social sciences that derive knowledge from non-empirical approaches. Whether or not you majored in the humanities with a degree, you almost certainly took a humanities-based course as part of your general education requirement. But what you may not realize is how much humanities have impacted you. The humanities are a part of everything we do. They are quite literally what make us human. The stories, the teachings, the experiences, both individual and collective, that inform how we live, how we interact with each other, how we interact with the natural world, and the decisions that we make, including why we make certain decisions and why we don't make certain decisions. They are the ideas that illuminate our understanding of our place in the world and the ideals that shape the values that guide us. Even when we do not take the time to consider how the particular encounters with the humanities, with culture, philosophy, history, all of the disciplines that I mentioned, when we don't think about how they have interpreted the daily events of our lives and our world, every moment of our existence is grounded in the humanities. Whenever I'm asked to define the humanities, I think of the poem, Perhaps the World Ends Here, by the recent U.S. Poet Laureate Joy Harjo of the Muskogee Creek Nation. She writes, "The world begins at a kitchen table. It is here that children are given instructions on what it means to be human. We make men at it. We make women. This is who we are. We absorb those instructions from our earliest days, often most memorably from those conversations around the kitchen table, and we continue to grow and refine them and act upon them with each new experience." I grew up in a small, rural Navajo community in Northeast Arizona, and I carry with me the history, traditions, and values I learned at the kitchen table from my parents and grandparents, from my aunts and uncles, my cousins, and the many extended family members who are around me. And recently it dawned on me that I've always known and have been informed by the humanities, because it's the simplest explanation. Humanities is our creation story. As a Navajo, this creation story consists of emergence from 4 worlds below, the placement of our 4 sacred mountains, the creation of first man and first woman, the teachings of the holy people, and the relationship of every Dene person to changing woman and to each other. These humanities lessons were embedded in the Navajo language and culture that surrounded me. I was taught them in school, outside of school, and in these important lessons, they were continually strengthened through repetition in song, in prayer, and community gatherings. Even though I now live here in Cambridge and I work in Washington, D.C., I continue to build and draw upon these cultural foundations in my interactions with students and neighbors, in daily encounters, and in the city and its many institutions, and in the personal traditions and histories I have formed around the kitchen table with my own children and grandchildren. Each of these encounters involves an exchange of knowledge, an opportunity to share my stories with others, and in turn receive stories and wisdoms from people and places around me. I want each of you to be aware of the treasure, the creation stories, and the kitchen table lessons that you carry with you, to share them generously with the world, and to seek out stories of your neighbors, your institutions, and your country. Because each is unique and has an important lesson. And the cultural knowledge that you have acquired over your lifetimes will anchor you and help you forge your own path in life, rather than seeking to conform to somebody else's. Last year, I was challenged to broaden my own thinking about my personal path in life when I was asked if I would interview for the position of chair of the National Endowment for the Humanities. And I'm going to be honest with you all, I didn't genuinely feel or think that I was good enough to fill this position. I had served on the advisory council and under the leadership of 2 male leaders, and I knew there had been a female chair in the past, but there had never been a non-white female heading the agency. I was intimidated at the thought of me in the top position. I didn't feel like I fit the normal picture I had in my head of what a federal agency head looked like. I didn't attend an Ivy League institution. I didn't go to a prep school. I didn't grow up in an affluent urban area with top-rated schools. I'm a product of public schools, and I didn't know half of the authors or the philosophies that my colleagues were talking about or that I read about in the applications that we reviewed. I was really overwhelmed. I'm still working out the fact that I was conforming myself to someone else's vision of the appropriate path I should be taking and the type of person that should be heading and filling the role of chair of NEH. And I was buying into the idea that these types of jobs were for a certain kind of person: white, elite, rich, from New England, East or West Coast maybe, with city upbringing. I had convinced myself this kind of position was not right for me, and I felt that if I went forward with an interview for the job, everyone would know I was not the right person to be leading the agency. Or worse, I might get the job and be really bad at it. It took quite a bit of convincing from a few close friends before I agreed to the initial interview. And throughout the entire process, which I'm just going to warn you in case you ever get into this, takes months, I still struggled to see myself as chair of the NEH, the person in charge of an independent federal grant-making agency charged with supporting and promoting excellence in the humanities. The person who approves nearly 700 direct grants each year to individual researchers and organizations large and small, from local libraries, community centers, and historic sites to museums, archives, and universities, and who makes decisions on awards to support a wide array of local public programs and cultural organizations. As I continued to move forward in the vetting process and the interview process, I constantly questioned my ability to effectively do the job. But I also celebrated with joy and pride when Deb Howland from the Laguna Pueblo was confirmed and sworn in as Secretary of the Interior, the first Native American to head the Department of the Interior. Auntie Deb, as many of the Native students I have worked with fondly call her, reminded me that my own cultural knowledge and understandings are powerful, that they are lessons I could and should rely upon if I were to become chair of the NEH. I realized humanities is exactly what I do, what I have been doing, and that all I needed to do was remember the humanities teachings that inform who I am and use those teachings to do the job if I was confirmed for the position. I saw Auntie Deb doing it, and that gave me the courage to keep moving forward in the process. Now, of course, I'm standing here, right, as chair of the National Endowment for the Humanities, a federal agency founded in 1965 by an act of Congress that states, democracy demands wisdom and vision in its citizens. And I want to pause for a moment to reflect on those words and the explicit connection they make between the humanities, democracy, and citizenship. The legislators who called for the creation of NEH recognized that the humanities are fundamental and necessary to a thriving country and society. And they drew a direct line between how deeply we engage with our histories, experiences, and knowledge, and the health of our democracy. As you move forward and out into the professional world, my hope for you is that you will draw upon the cultural lessons first passed down to you at the kitchen table and put them to use as informed and engaged citizens. Citizenship is not just registering to vote or going out to vote, or attending a town council or school board meeting, or holding a sign at a protest, or protesting decisions made by Lesley administration, or participating in local or national politics, or entering a position of public service. Although I deeply hope that you will do all, if not some, of those things. As NEH's founding legislation points out, it is also being informed and sharing our knowledge and stories with others. It is about looking deeply at ours and others' histories and experiences. It is about working to cultivate wisdom that will help us envision the future we want for ourselves and our country. Our democracy depends on us doing these things with deliberation at every opportunity. I often tell students the humanities takes courage because the pursuit of humanistic knowledge requires us to look at the causes and the effects of often very painful and difficult histories and topics. But in return, the humanities gives us strength and courage because they give us the insight to assess our current situation and experiences, and the humanities gives us valuable knowledge of other pasts and experiences to draw upon as we face our challenges. You are all graduating into a world with many urgent challenges that need to be addressed. Systemic inequality, the effects on our environment due to climate changing, and threats to democracy worldwide. Which is why I feel, and many of the faculty here and leaders feel, the humanities have never been more vital to our world and our society than they are today. To tackle these difficult and complicated issues, we need the wisdom of humanities to help us understand the roots of these problems, who they affect and how, and the vision to develop new and creative solutions. Over the last 2 or 4 years or more, you have had your share of homework assignments, papers, and tests to complete. But there's one last assignment I want to give you. As you leave Lesley University and go out to conquer your dreams, I want you to tap into the lessons of the kitchen table and invite others to sit at it with you. Take time to share your story. Learn and listen closely to the story of others. I still meet people today who tell me they didn't know Native Americans still exist in this country. This tells me we've done a very bad job telling real and diverse stories of this country, and we haven't been asking for these diverse stories. I'm asking each of you to start asking each other, what is your history? How does that interact with the history as I understand it of my own place, my own people, my own community, and this country? If we can all do that, if we can share our stories, ask and listen to the stories of others, I promise these discussions will change you, and you, in turn, can change the world. And I'm going to thank you ahead of time for leaving Lesley and filling the leadership roles in our future that will move us forward. And thank you.
Thank you, Chair Lowe, and congratulations. Will Amy Green Dinez, Dean of the College of Art and Design, please approach the podium.
Wow, thank you, Provost Jefferson. Congratulations and welcome to this amazing day. I just want to address the graduates from 2020, 2021, and 2022. Your tenacity and perseverance is truly remarkable, and I must tell you how proud I am of each of you. I would also like to recognize those faculty and staff and students who are not in attendance today. I want you to know if you're watching that you are missed. And I'd also like to acknowledge the faculty and staff that are here today from our two colleges. If you could give them a round of applause for their dedication. It is my great pleasure to introduce Elise Parker, who will provide us with remarks on behalf of her classmates, the LA+D community and Lesley University. Elise is an exceptionally thoughtful and engaging artist who consistently strives to produce work that is innovative, challenging, and visually compelling. Elise's enthusiasm, work ethic, and collaborative spirit make her an ideal candidate for both the Fine Arts and Dean's Excellence Award. Elise is the founding member of acting president of Press 304, a new student organization whose mission is to foster community engagement through the production of publicly accessible work and collaborative projects in printed media. Under Elise's leadership, the group has attracted members from across Lesley University and organized several events open to the community. Elise has consistently served as a role model, a leader, and a supporter for her fellow students. When Elise is involved in a discussion, the dynamic of the classroom is noticeably more energetic and gracious. Elise is an incredibly curious student who excels when presented with new challenges. Her interest in the details of human nature and the power of relationships to transcend space permeate her work. It is my pleasure to invite Elise Parker to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Dinez, and good afternoon all. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. From art school, I have learned to be competitive. Embarking on hours of research and conceptual ideation, iterative practice, and sleepless nights in preparation for critiques informed my perception of artistic production, making, and creativity. However, in my last year of school, I have strived to unlearn the competition of creating for the sake of community. The time and distance spent apart over the course of the pandemic gave us the unique opportunity to rebuild the culture of creating under an institution. While away, I think many of us discovered how important both community and creative collaboration are to the sustainability of artistic practice. And since coming back, I have felt deeply that creative collaboration is not a luxury, but has since become a necessity. An unlikely benefit to our unusual college experience is that when each of us came back to LA+D from our respective places of being, we had so much more to share with each other than before we left. Our individual ideas incubating throughout isolation allowed our concepts to develop further, an echo chamber that perhaps deepened our emotional connection to our thoughts that we would later, unknowingly to us, have the chance to share again. There was a period of culture shock during the reintegration process back on campus. Initially, it was overwhelming to begin my senior year and work with peers that I had never met in person before. Soon enough, I discovered I was surrounded by some of the most earnest, honest, and empathetic creatives. Through learning more about my peers, I quickly began to rely on them. In the process of relearning each other, a new connotation to wayfinding emerged from the deep desire to be together, a prioritization of democracy in artistic practice, which relies more heavily on and emphasizes the importance of the collective whole. Although we are all maneuvering through confusing environments and times, I am entirely confident in my network of peer creatives that I have had the opportunity to meet, know, and work with only because of Lesley University. I soon began to notice the work of my peers shifting into new and exciting realms with their choice to highlight community engagement in the arts. Whether it be in its process of creation or viewership, the work was becoming more critically engaging through its inherent collaborative reliance. Re-entering our studio spaces was a great relief to any student who experienced the burden of inaccess during the pandemic, when the only means of motivation was intrinsic. The culture of working together in a shop, lab, or classroom ignited with the fervor and yearning to make work amongst others once again. A safe space for us to exist outside of the self enabled us to make better, stronger work so easily influenced and informed by the ideas of our peers, or even a great professor. Now that we are together, we have the unique opportunity for rebuilding relationships, a culture, a real collaborative community. We now have the opportunity to mold, construct in the ways that our professors taught us to do oh so carefully with a palette knife, chisel, or blade. Now our actions are more nuanced than that. A notion for change sparked by a new set of ideas from brilliant minds and empathetic makers, all now better because of our collaboration and togetherness. Our new mark-making tools will help us to build. So please remember this. To encourage the work of others is to build a network of talented artists up from the foundation. So I ask you all to think critically and critique less. Because throughout my time at Lesley, I have learned that when you tell others they're doing a great job and that they are making great work, they will. And they did. So congratulations to each of you individually and together. Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. Will Dr. Stephen S. Shapiro, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, please approach the podium.
It is my true pleasure to gather with you all today as we celebrate the classes of 2020, 2021, and 2022. Although it was not easy, you've completed your programs and degrees and much of this work was done during a global pandemic. And for that, you should be especially proud. Congratulations to you all. From the several students who auditioned, a committee of faculty, staff, and students selected Bailey Haynes to give this year's commencement speech. This 2022 graduate from New Hampshire, who is receiving today her bachelor's degree in mathematics and secondary education, has been an integral part of the Lesley University community throughout her time here. Bailey was involved with the Office of Community Service, was an orientation leader, and for the past 2 years has been president of the undergraduate student government. Bailey also recently won an award from the Natural Sciences and Mathematics Department for outstanding achievement in academics, service, and leadership. She's connected and collaborated with students, faculty, and staff alike, bringing together all parts of the Lesley community. In the fall, she will head to American University to study educational policy. Her goal is to teach in a variety of settings, learn from those experiences, and then use that knowledge to make the education system more equitable through policy-based changes. We are looking forward to seeing the great things that Bailey will do as she embarks on the next part of her journey. Please welcome Bailey Haynes, the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences 2022 Commencement Speaker.
President Steinmeier, Board of Trustees, faculty and staff who have undoubtedly impacted me, and I'm sure many of my peers here, family and friends that have provided boundless kindness, guidance, and joy, good afternoon. I am a big believer in the power of reflection, so let's recap. Oh, class of 2022, we have seen a great deal in our time at Lesley. From wonderful days basking in the sun on the South Campus lawn, to being sent home and navigating a virtual learning and living space due to the COVID-19 pandemic, to memories made on campus and off, to the grave social, economic, and racial injustices that face our community and world. Let's take a moment to simply acknowledge where we are today and how far we've come, all that we have overcome in order to be in these seats with this lavish headwear. Please pat yourselves on the back and thank yourselves. Support systems, I encourage you to take a moment to do the same. As speaking personally, I know I would not be here without my own support system. For you, I am grateful. As I'm sure is the case of many, I have evolved immensely since my first days at Lesley. In my beginnings as a Lesley student, I certainly fell into the trap of toxic positivity. For those unfamiliar with this phenomenon, it is defined by the University of Washington School of Medicine as, quote, dismissing negative emotions and responding to distress with false reassurances rather than empathy. Through meaningful conversations and changed perspectives, I have come to realize that such a mindset is neither healthy nor necessary to live a fulfilled life. At the start of this academic year, I lost both my beloved father and strong grandmother a mere 5 days apart. Shortly after, I took a teacher certification exam and returned to campus. I do not share these details in search of pity or praise, nor to gloss over the fact that this was and continues to be the hardest period of my life. Rather, I share them as a reminder to avoid toxic positivity and diminishing our experiences. The greatest and simultaneously the simplest and most awe-inspiring lesson I have learned to date includes the power of love and authenticity, and that joy and grief can coexist. Now, I'm aware that this sounds ridiculously cliche, And perhaps it is, especially for those of y'all who know how much of a cheeseball I am. But there is truth in the statement. While nothing can reverse the impact of the tragedies we have faced and will continue to face in this world, I know that the love and sincere care I felt from the Lesley community and other pockets of people in my life are what have sustained me personally, bringing joy to help me face the grief. In candid conversations, I have shared time and time again that my favorite part about Lesley is its people. This community is rich with intelligence, humanity, and kindness above all. I hope I speak for many of us when I say that I have found lifelong mentors in our faculty and staff. And I must not forget to mention those of us sitting in these chairs. Lesley students are special, learning through various modalities, navigating life perhaps while being a parent or working or experiencing loss, maybe coming back to school after a brief or not so brief break. It is an honor to be in community with you. I urge you all to heed these lessons and to implement them in your daily experiences. Lean into love, find inspiration in the valuable lessons we have learned and experiences we have had in our time at Lesley, and channel them as love to those we know and even to those that we do not. And also, lean into love with yourself. Find that balance of grace and accountability. Let yourself feel your feelings, whatever they may be, and learn to grow from them. In closing, I'd like to remind us of our Lesley University motto, which now has profound meaning to me given the context of my experience. I would have perished had I not persisted. Lesley University, class of 2022, I am beyond eager to see how our stories unfold and what change we bring about in this world. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Bailey. I am pleased to introduce Professor Jeffrey Freed, who was nominated as faculty speaker by his peers of the College of Art and Design. During his 28 years of service, Professor Freed has taught and mentored hundreds of students as a practicing designer and skilled educator. His commitment to creating innovative design pedagogy is visible in his students' work as well as the design community alumni. The strong professional training that students in design receive is a testament of Jeff's influence coming from his philosophy of theory and practice being taught in the academy. Professor Freed.
Thank you, Jonathan. And greetings, graduates, parents, families, friends, and colleagues. What a wonderful honor it is to speak with you today. However, I do have to tell you, it's also terrifying to stand here in front of such a large audience. I say this because it seems useful to acknowledge the feelings and emotions we all experience as we go about our daily lives. Emotions bind us together, perhaps more surely than logic and reason. The fact that we can imagine what others are feeling is one of our strongest human connections and gives us hope that we can find common cause. While the mood here today is one of great shared joy and celebration, we cannot ignore an undercurrent of fear and trepidation as we contemplate next steps and face the challenges of today's world. In my design classes, I try to give words of encouragement as students face their own fears. Fears about showing work, fears about work not being perfect enough, fears about making presentations while applying for internships or jobs. What I emphasize is not that you shouldn't be afraid. Our fears are normal and widespread, but that we find ways to move past fear in order to achieve our goals. Today, my shaking hands are stuck firmly to the podium. I speak in measured tones and remain aware of my regular breathing, and so on. And students, let's not forget all the preliminary steps: iteration, practice, and rehearsal. The point is not to ignore fear, but to accept its presence while moving forward. In some small way, this is our definition of courage, and each small step we take is practice for the next. Every step you, our graduates, have taken to get to this moment has required courage. Moving away from family, meeting new people, confronting new ideas, tackling difficult material, putting yourself out there in ways you might have never thought possible before. And this group of graduates, particularly those joining us from prior years when graduation ceremonies were canceled, have shown special resilience and tenacity in facing conditions brought on by the pandemic. You have succeeded in spite of fear and grief and loss. You have shown courage in unexpectedly difficult times. Your faculty and the entire Lesley University community celebrate this achievement with you. While you've been with us, we've tried to teach you many different things. But, to be honest, who knows what you'll remember? A fact, a rule, a formula, a technique, a process, a way of seeing, a kind of thinking, or perhaps a way of being. And while some of you may be very good at remembering names, if you're like me, you'll appreciate a quick reminder or a name tag when you come across an old teacher or acquaintance. We hope you will remember faces, friendships, and a sense of shared community. We hope you will continue to do good work and create great things. We hope you will fight for things you believe in and do that with the empathy and humility needed to make our world a better place for everyone. Most of all, we hope you will continue to find courage as you walk out into the world and make yourselves known. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you for those wonderful remarks, Jeff. This year, seniors in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences have nominated Dr. Chandrika Milner as the faculty speaker. Dr. Milner has been at Lesley for nearly 5 years and has made incredible contributions to the university and beyond. Her students describe her as knowledgeable, inclusive, welcoming, engaging, thoughtful, fun, I'm not done yet, insightful, supportive, and a phenomenal facilitator of difficult conversations. Dr. Milner has organized and led several different events and initiatives during times of adversity caused by COVID, racism, and tragic events. When people are in need, UMA does everything in her power to help. Dr. Milner was just promoted to associate professor effective July 1. Please welcome to the podium, Dr. Chandrika Milner.
You're gonna make me cry. Whew. I do that to myself, though. Well, good afternoon. Let me just take this moment to look at you, our students, our Lesley graduates. You are here today after many years of hard work, perseverance, and collaboration. We all know the past years have been far from easy, 2.5 of your best academic years have been ravaged by a never-ending pandemic. The shutdowns, the quick transitions, the reorganizing, the political upheavals, wars, structural and systemic invalidations, and assaults. And then these years have been marked by a powerful storm of racial reckoning, and of course, the ongoing climate crisis. These years have been hard, and yet, through it all, week after week, class after class, day after day, you showed up. From our perspective, the perspective of the faculty, what matters is that you showed up. Well, this is only some of what we heard you say in our classes. I am so tired, but I am here. It's 2 a.m. in my time zone, but I am here. I am so anxious about getting work done, but I am here. I am so stressed about babysitting the children, but I am here. I marched for Black lives while surrounded by armed people, gunmen, but I am here. My Wi-Fi does not work so well. I will keep my camera off, but I am here. I share my room with my sibling, and they can be loud, but I'm here. I support my family, and I just lost my job, but I am here. I had to put down my pet, my only companion during this lockdown, but I am here. I attended the funeral of a close family member, but I am here. Through these extremely stressful and challenging times, you chose knowledge and truth. More than any other recent generation, you know what it means to be awakened to the things that matter. You have been there for each other, been there for us all. You had the courage to care, to bring your full selves, even when you were vulnerable. Most importantly, you held yourselves, us, and others accountable to our collective humanity. You showed us that we can be a community that breaks down all the unnecessary boundaries of state, country, and the world, and that distance only ignites our fierce compassion. Yes, that is so you. Fierce, fiery, unbridled compassion. The lighthouse on the path to truth. But the path to truth can be unforeseen, hard, difficult. And there will be times that you will have to walk that path alone. So here I will share with you a poem written by a Bengali poet and Nobel laureate, Rabindranath Tagore, when fighting for freedom from colonial rule. Nibit akla chalore. If no one answers your call, walk alone. If they are afraid, they cower mutely, facing the wall. Oh, you unlucky one. Open your mind and speak out alone. If they turn away and desert you when crossing the wilderness, oh, you unlucky one. Trample the thorns under your tread, and along that blood-lined track, travel alone. If they shut doors and do not hold up the light when the night is troubled with storm, oh, you unlucky one. With the thundering pain of flame, ignite your heart and let it burn alone. But let me add to this poem. It may seem that you're alone in this path, but in this path towards truth, you are our continuation. With your graduation, we become your ancestors, your elders of truth, your academic lineage, those who came before you. From here on out, when you utter words of truth, we speak with you. When you hold steady, we stand with you. When you step towards truth, we walk with you. In your moments of pain and sorrow, we hold you, embrace you, and encourage you to stand up again and again. Because we now share in this one understanding that when you're an instrument of truth, the instrument itself may be breakable, but no one can break truth. So go forward today, unfurl yourselves. This world, it's not ready for you, but you already rock our world. I'm not done yet. So, of course, those of you who are in my classes know that no speech is complete without a quote from Kung Fu Panda. So I leave you with this quote from Master Oogway. You are the master of your destiny. No one and nothing can come in between you and your destiny except you. So take destiny by the horns and have fun. I can't leave the podium without saying congratulations. So congratulations.
Thank you so much for those inspiring words. Now it is my very great pleasure to introduce Alumni Trustee Linda Lee Sheridan, who is standing in for Zalika Winitzer, who unfortunately can't be with us today. We send her our very best. Linda Lee is a graduate of both our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and our Graduate School of Education. She served as a Lesley Corporator and is a past president of the Alumni Council. She's been a trustee since 2019, and I'm very pleased to introduce her to you. Linda Lee.
Thank you, President Steinmeier. My name is Linda Lee Sheridan, and as an alumni trustee of Lesley University and former Alumni Council president, I want to congratulate each and every one of you on your graduation. Zalika Winnister, as President Steinmeier just said, was unable to be here. She's the current Alumni Council president, and she wishes so dearly that she could be here today congratulating all of you. But some of the words that I will share today are hers. I would also like to recognize the classes of 2020 and 2021 who graduated without your in-person commencement. An enormous congratulations to you as well. You all have successfully completed your degrees during a global pandemic when so many lives were disrupted, yet you have persevered. Congratulations on your accomplishments. Today you join over 90,000 others who have graduated from Lesley. Members of the Alumni Association represent a vast network of leaders, artists, teachers, and innovators who make a positive impact on a local, national, and global level. This is your moment. As you graduate, you are taking your Lesley education out into the world to improve lives through a powerful combination of knowledge, skill, innovative thinking, and passion. My Lesley education has allowed me to serve thousands of students and families in the Boston Public Schools as a special education teacher and principal over the last 40+ years. But the leadership skills I learned at Lesley and honed through my work with the Alumni Council have helped me serve in my community too. Knowing the value of a Lesley education, I am fully confident in each of you to make a positive impact in our world. I invite you to shape Lesley's future as an alum, too. Whether you join me on Alumni Council, serve on an Alumni Council committee, become a mentor to prospective students, seek guidance from the Career Resource Center, provide career connections and guidance to future alumni, or attend guest lectures or other events. Keep in touch with your Lesley family, and please support the development and success of future Lesley students. I sincerely hope that as you embark on your journey of lifelong learning, that you will look to Lesley University to meet your needs. Congratulations, and we look forward to staying in touch and hearing about where your Lesley education takes you. Welcome to the Lesley Alumni Association. Thank you.
Well, we just have 20 more speakers to go. I think we can move to the portion of the program which I think most of you are here for. Okay. Nah, we'll just skip that portion of the program. We will now recognize the candidates for the degrees from the College of Art and Design. Please note that we will not be shaking hands this year because of health and safety. Will Dean Amy Green-Dines come forward to present the candidates for the degrees from the College of Art and Design?
Chair Strauch, President Steinmeier, I have the honor to present to you these candidates. Through their personal investigations and self-reflections, skills, research, learning, and dedication, these candidates become part of the rich legacy of graduates from the College of Art and Design at Lesley University. They work in our growing creative economy with the knowledge and skills needed to better understand the world and improve the quality of our experiences. Will the candidates for the Masters of Fine Arts degree please come forward to accept your diplomas?
Martha Chasen Sokol. Tiziana Meneghel Rozzo. Caitlin Marissa Nitzik. Mariana Paz. Monica Philbin. Ariana Nicole Sanchez.
Next, but not least, will the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree please come forward?
Whoever gets people first will go, then we'll wait for the other side to be able to read their name.
Michaela Carmelita Emper Indek, cum laude.
Megan Elizabeth Scribner. Wait for them to read one first. Oh, I guess we're going to go then.
Megan Elizabeth Scribner, cum laude.
Daniel Serrano Garcia.
Okay. Daniel Serrano Garcia, summa cum laude.
Erica Lauren Phelps, magna cum laude.
Erica Lauren Felch, magna cum laude.
Denisha Marie Fisher.
Denisha Marie Fisher.
Emmanuel E. Comey. They're getting students over there too.
Maya Caspi, magna cum laude.
Emmanuel E. Comey, magna cum laude.
Elisa Mary Lisaki, cum laude.
Dana Balletta, summa cum laude.
Carlos Rogerio da Silva Jr., cum laude.
Savannah Stroder.
Malia Therese Edney, summa cum laude, class of 2021.
Natasha Edelstein.
Kayla Louise Caulfield, magna cum laude.
Hannah Mellon.
Paola Almonte Colon, magna cum laude.
Olivia Gail Gomez, cum laude.
Carolina A. Potterman.
Sanjay M. James, cum laude.
Serena M. Severini.
Diana M. Carboni.
Angelica Lewis.
Nicholas Vanderwall, cum laude.
Lilica Isabella Sucada Sayers.
Erica Menide Bastos, cum laude.
Bianca Elizabeth Romero, cum laude.
Anthony Blackett Jr.
Bridget Komisky.
Victoria Martins, magna cum laude.
Emma Charlotte Henry, summa cum laude.
Francesca Sanchez.
Sarah DeMare.
Julie Ann DeSalvio, magna cum laude.
Matthew Stratoti, summa cum laude.
Vanessa Marie LaRusso, magna cum laude.
Armando Bahima Acevedo, class of 2021.
Niti Tuli, summa cum laude.
Legna C. Primera, magna cum laude.
Vofang Anwen, magna cum laude.
Francisco Javier Ortiz Wood.
Justin Bijong Lu, summa cum laude.
Thomas Kuel, class of 2021.
Sadie Thabanen.
Felipe Figueredo, class of 2020.
Devin Hurley.
Sebastian Atiaga Rodriguez, summa cum laude, class of 2020.
Isabel Abbas, cum laude.
Alex Martins.
Michaela Pereira, magna cum laude.
Matt Starr Smith, class of 2021.
Brian Michela.
Ariana Sargent, class of 2021.
Noel Duffy.
Gina Rose Foley.
Alice Allison Olivia Wyman, magna cum laude.
Tam An Bui, magna cum laude.
Umar Adil Ben Umar Hamza.
Mary Alice Therese Trepanier, magna cum laude.
Brian William Adashik, cum laude.
Jesse James, summa cum laude.
Chloe E. Tyner, cum laude.
Alina Mary Balserio, magna cum laude.
Jordan A. Kidd.
Jennifer Doherty Kalasian.
Quinn Emery Hart, cum laude.
Madison Leigh Perkins, cum laude, class of 2021.
Gianna Elizabeth Gradito.
Ellie Zofia Santi, cum laude.
Hannah Amika Sinkada, magna cum laude.
Salem Curley, cum laude.
Amy Josephine Ham, summa cum laude.
Aaron Kaplan, cum laude.
Ariel E. Grubb, magna cum laude.
Aisat Oluwatobi Balogun.
Willow Rose Machado, summa cum laude.
Liam J.M. Sivertson, magna cum laude.
Evan Mitchell Shamara.
Kendall Blanchett.
Marley Kate Steen.
Thomas Roger Tegblow, summa cum laude.
Sabrina Ann Crockton, magna cum laude.
Benjamin Feldman, cum laude.
Julian David Papa.
Louis D. DeJulian.
Sienna L. Paget.
Ash O'Neill.
Christian Calderon Garcia.
Aiden James Hatch.
Laura Pladziewicz, summa cum
Andrea
laude.
D. Flores, cum laude, class of 2021.
Carlin Joe Catuli.
Alec Christopher McPhillips.
Joshua Dennis Bowen.
Natalia Torres.
Lauren M. Hubschmidt.
Ness Cardi, summa cum laude.
Brianna L. Ego, cum laude.
Austin J. Oliver, magna cum laude.
Dominique A. Alvarado.
Josephine Dugan, summa cum laude.
Yuman Sun, cum laude.
Krista Wolensky Wilcox, magna cum laude.
Amy Dye, cum laude.
Kira Therese Brooks.
Eliza Rose D. Simone Machado, cum laude. Presley Nicole Reeves, magna cum laude. Serena Bowen, magna cum laude. Beckett Jack Gorley, cum laude. Laura Angelina Fusco. Vinat Nguyen, cum laude. Michaela Sue Miskol. Erica Alice Alice Canero. Angela Marie Bouchard. Nazare Dene Flores. Emma Joseph, cum laude. Rabian Edward Felizardo. Luciana Elizabeth Bailey. Hayden E. Fick, cum laude. Taya M. Cugino, magna cum laude. Emily Bruni, magna cum laude. Alyssa M. Ducey. Sarah Young. Rachel Cleary Dunn, cum laude. Elise Parker. Jenna Gonzalez, cum laude.
Lillian Beal.
Lillian Bio. Diana Bortz. Sarah Alana Goldberg. Sukaran Sagi, cum laude. Irfan Saeed Margoob. Victoria Marin. Ilana Jean Zach, cum laude. Brianna Flates. Long May.
We're done.
For the very first time in Lesley history, we will now present certificates to the students who have completed the Threshold program. Will Jennifer Thorell, Executive Director of Threshold Programs, please come forward?
Chair Strouds, President Steinmeier, I have the honor to present to you these candidates. These courageous and hardworking students have overcome many obstacles on their educational journey to join us here today. They have demonstrated a keen desire and fierce determination to learn and grow in order to reach their fullest potential. Today, they are one step closer on their path to success. Will the Threshold program candidates please come forward to accept their certificates?
Nazrina Dan Abinet. Nathalie Sophia Burrell. Benjamin Bernstein. Mary Chaffee. Gabrielle Colon. Okay. Bella Coven. Kyle Dalrymple. Kira J. Givens. Lauren D. Hallett. Alyssa Karim. Tucker Adam Kennison. Ethan D. Kiefer. Benjamin Robert Kozev. Molly B. Murata. Ellen Maxwell. Aiden Christopher Mincy. Thank you. Redemptor Morake. Stephanie Osorio. Nicholas Pisoni. Aiden Peterson. Charles Taylor Porker. Catherine McLean Provost. Casey J. Robinson. Sebastian M. Rowland. Lucas Roth. Ritvik Singhal. You good? Helen or Ellie? Ellie Slager. Ethan Whitman Solander. Yeah, Tess. Tess Stromberg. Eli Van Odzel. Nicholas Ruslan Vasquez. Natalie Kate Wallets.
We will now recognize the candidates for degrees from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Will Dean Stephen S. Shapiro please come forward to present the candidates for degrees from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences?
Chair Strauch, President Steinmeier, I have the honor to present to you these candidates. These students have distinguished themselves as promising leaders in business, education, humanities, natural science and mathematics, psychology and applied therapies, and social science. They've demonstrated impressive leadership and logged nearly 100,000 hours of internship, student teaching, and community service. Each candidate today personifies excellence, resilience, and persistence, and that sought-after combination of theoretical knowledge, real-world experience, and imagination. And today is an even more special day because today the first class of students will graduate from our new Masters of Social Work program. Will the candidates for the master's degrees please come forward?
Rat Janid.
Lily Grace Careb.
Jordan M. Day.
Mo Karumi.
Jillian M. Narby.
Alicia Mucha.
Aswani Janelle McPherson.
Shirley Chin.
Excel Dervisevic.
Hasini Rajashinha.
Catherine Arwen Schulman.
Herdine Sheridor.
Sydney Espy.
Rose C. Pierre.
Megan E. Quinn.
Berlin Robiage.
This is me again, sorry. Sophia E. Vidania.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please come forward?
Shiran I. Zenestein.
Lulu Sammy Baghdadi. Summa cum laude.
Evelyn Vieira, cum laude.
Michelle Badarauna Escoto. Magna cum laude.
Amy Lucia Okana.
Amara Ifunanya Obiora. Magna cum laude, Edith Lesley Wolford Award recipient.
Kristen Marie Lyle, summa cum laude.
Usa Kumaura Robin Blessing O'Day, cum laude.
Megan Elizabeth Ryan Plord.
Michelle Gayi Cho, magna cum laude.
Jillian Mariano, magna cum laude.
Joanne Tian Liu, cum laude.
Gabriela Lara, magna cum laude.
Valeria Alexandra Sanchez.
Amanda L. LeBlanc.
Elena Melendez. Tim Lee.
David James Jones.
Zi Ting Zhang. Ruby Keller Deutsch.
Simona A. Ritz, cum laude.
Gianna Rose DiPaolo.
Jane Massa, summa cum laude.
Sophia Mary Terzakis, cum laude.
Jennifer Rose, summa cum laude.
Connor William Mahoney.
Isabel Margaret Skyer.
Cameron Josephine Delia, summa cum laude. There you go.
Juliana Markham Rziska, magna cum laude.
Eva Olson.
Ariana R. Murray.
Valerie Jill Cordova Katz.
Delaney Joanne Gagnon, magna cum laude.
Jessica Lynn Palermo, summa cum laude.
Alexa Gray Licata, magna cum laude.
Do you want? Avel Nguyen K. Tran, summa cum laude.
Madden Baird Sullivan.
Gabriela Canada, magna cum laude.
Tyler Gomes, summa cum laude.
Isabel Lillian Roosh, cum laude.
William James Lombardo, cum laude.
Rejani Carvalho.
Mackenzie Jade Deal, magna cum laude.
Paula Abigail Salinas Santos, cum laude.
Genevieve Kimberly Wharton, summa cum laude.
Isabel Schweizer.
Annie Dye.
Carly J. Iasconi, cum laude.
Olivia Marie Bertone, magna cum laude.
Emily Gabrielle Herman.
Alexandra Mower, summa cum laude.
Stephanie Joy Finnegan.
Bonfils Omboga Magori.
Casriel Linzer, summa cum laude, class of 2021.
Ariela Manuela Reynoso, cum laude.
Diana Ashkeek Magayanan, summa cum laude.
Maria Cornier.
Margaret Yuhai Lee, magna cum laude.
Allison DeCristo.
Esperanza J. Barcelo, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Natalia Perdomo, summa cum laude.
Jessica L. Alvarez, summa cum laude.
Rosemary Loray, class of 2020.
Simone Buchanan.
Madeline Ann Reading, class of 2021.
Ian P. Spillane.
Juliette Georgia Moore, summa cum laude, and Luke Baldwin Award.
Ronald James, cum laude.
Gisela Elizabeth Perez.
Jonathan Craig Truscott, summa cum laude.
Stephanie Guevara Tejada, magna cum laude.
Gabriel P. Coyne Martinez.
Caroline Ann DaCosta Ganji.
Jessica Marie LaRusso, cum laude, class of 2021.
Kaylin Elise Ganji.
Olivia Ann Arsenault.
Miriam Esther Berman.
Din Nyak Nguyen.
Letitia S. Cordero, summa cum laude.
Yolani L. DeVito, class of 2020.
Ren Lee, summa cum laude.
Daniel Dubinsky.
Samuel Myerson Winjet, cum laude.
Rachel May Carr, cum laude.
Rachel Caitlin Line.
Anna Elizabeth Lofstrom, summa cum laude.
Callan Marcella DQ.
Kirsten Green, summa cum laude.
Karen M. Brower, summa cum laude.
Giorgio Marigi.
Kara Alexis Waltman, summa cum laude.
Madigan Foreman, cum laude. Cum laude. Cum laude.
Kai Gianelli, class of 2020.
Taya Grace Honor Barton, cum laude.
Sandra Tarago Figueroa.
Brenna Marie Peterson.
Hagen Timmons.
Ulana Moon Leopold.
Berta Andrade Molina.
Caitlin Ellie Brown, magna cum laude.
Hannah Marie Andrade, cum laude.
Gia Alessia Vidiello.
Nicole Ramirez, summa cum laude.
Sarah Alois Lacey, cum laude.
Andrew Garrison Ewan Crothers, summa cum laude.
Christian Paul Cajose, magna cum laude.
Catherine G. Delaney.
Savannah Rose Lee Murchison.
Claire K. Duke, magna cum laude, class of 2020.
Lindsay May Louie, summa cum laude.
Della Ando, cum laude.
Say it right the first time. Ayala Dayan, cum laude. Dion.
Elizabeth S. Paltseva.
Elaine Shuyan Kane, cum laude.
Grace Gardner Chong.
Yuja Chen, magna cum laude, class of 2020, Edith Lesley Wolford Award.
Alexandra Dalcoris, cum laude, class of 2020.
Carlos Acevedo Soto, class of 2020.
Olivia G. Carroll, cum laude, class of 2021.
Lydia Hazel Rogers Van Evra.
Bailey Jean Haynes, magna cum laude.
Samantha Miriam Myers, magna cum laude.
Liana Lesley Freeman, summa cum laude.
Julia E.B. Parker, summa cum laude.
Melanie Erin Devine.
Joshua T. Andrews.
Emily Rose Heidler, cum laude.
Laura Andrea Barrera, cum laude.
Rebecca L. Levin, cum laude.
Taryn Nina Supranant.
Sarah Young Jean Park.
Haley Elizabeth Watson, cum laude.
Tonya Monique Larkins, summa cum laude.
Haley Kipling.
Georgina Toussaint.
Hillary Guerrero, summa cum laude.
L.J. Sylvia, magna cum laude.
Rajesh Guwali, class of 2020.
Yi-Ray Su, magna cum laude, class of 2020.
Fia Wadlet, magna cum laude.
Thomas A. Southwick, class of 2021.
Daniela Burstein Cronenfeld, magna cum laude.
Sarah Rosemary Armstrong.
Valeria Roisenthal.
Emily Isabel Mora.
Bronwyn Mary Tedesco.
Emily Isabel Mora, cum laude. Jessica Noreen Butler.
Karen Gong, magna cum laude, class of 2020.
Stephanie Stephanie R. Seifert, summa cum laude.
Paola Mena Batista.
Sonia Cimento, summa cum laude.
Stephen K. Oliver, summa cum laude.
Christina Nicole Gethers.
Marley Francis Goodwill, cum laude.
Natalie E. Martin, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Gabby Doughty, cum laude.
Megan H. Curry, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Stephanie Maeve Wright, summa cum laude.
Destiny Medina, cum laude, class of 2021.
Hope Catherine Yonce, cum laude.
Kevin J. O'Leary.
Austin Villalobos.
Deneen I. Roberts, class of 2021.
Shannon Fogarty, summa cum laude.
Alicia Smith.
Jacqueline Michelle Lopopolo, magna cum laude.
Jenna Greeley Gianfrido.
Shay Saladi, summa cum laude.
Hannah Grace Levin, magna cum laude.
Deja Monet Carvalho.
Catherine Tumber, magna cum laude.
Sadie LaShawn Stevens.
Elise Neville.
Alexa Ray Annunziata.
Caitlin Elizabeth Costa, summa cum laude.
Philea Racis, cum laude.
Felicia Michelle Stevens, cum laude.
Danny Christopher Azar.
Kayla L. Byer, class of 2021.
Anil Ancharia.
Jasmine Mariah Ramnaran, cum laude and class of 2021.
Destiny R. Booker, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Piero Simeon.
Bronwyn Grover, class of 2021.
Hiao Hung Dora Chen, magna cum laude.
Ann Teresa De Barros, 2020.
Zuyi Guan, cum laude.
Georgia
Class of 2021.
Indigo. Georgia Indigo Wyman, summa cum laude.
Rose He, cum laude.
Cameron R. Adams, cum laude.
Brian L. Tronley.
Renee Ricks Bryan, magna cum laude.
Shanique Uniti Chacon, magna cum laude.
Renee Casey Chan, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Pau Andrea Mendez, cum laude.
Fatima Slimi.
Maria E. Ospina, summa cum laude.
Quinlan Shea Callahan, summa cum laude, class of 2021.
Rachel Lenore Chambriello, magna cum laude and class of 2021.
Sumadeep Kaur.
Shoshana Menken Levinson, class of 2020.
Snenana Villasova.
Susanna Villasus, cum laude, class of 2021.
Chris Neve Tyler, class of 2020.
Rachel A. Sachs, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Deja Morales.
Emily L. Olive, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Fabiola Gonzalez Solis, summa cum laude.
Zandra Matthews, class of 2021.
Olena Glazkov, magna cum laude.
Reese Angelique Triolo Rodriguez.
Michelle Wilson, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Love you. Mallory M. Rocca, magna cum laude.
Carolina Vasquez, cum laude. Estefania Castellanos.
Danya Sadidin, magna cum laude.
Samantha L. Aurelio, cum laude, class of 2020.
Sandra Jimalith Figueroa, summa cum laude.
Kevin No.
Leah Grace Humphreys, magna cum laude.
Michelle Dennis.
Cynthia D. Saldana, summa cum laude, class of 2021.
Emanuela Marie Fede.
Dora Martinez.
Cassandra Marie Otero.
Christy Vilbrun.
Elena Lisa Shea.
Kara Gauss. Dora Connors Wells, summa cum laude.
Jahaira Alejandra de la Cruz Sulca.
Loretta Morgan.
Ariana Coviello, cum laude, class of 2020.
Amanda Charletto, cum laude, class of 21.
Daniel D. McAfee.
Emily K. Tevens, class of 2020.
Romina Jacksai, summa cum laude.
Samantha M. Anciano, class of 2020.
Finnegan Snow Bevilacqua.
Victoria M. Hubley, class of 2020.
Christy Palco, magna cum laude.
Laura Eileen Kleibau.
Beverly Benito.
Kate Y. Kawachi, cum laude.
Alan Zirong Liu, cum laude.
John J. Nash, class of 2020.
Isabella Ruby Guerrero.
Alex C. Chamoun, class of 2020.
Zape Heidi Shen, cum laude.
Madeline Dietrich, class of 2021.
Cynthia Fen Coley, summa cum laude.
Julia Cohn, cum laude, class of 2021.
Chris Lane Francois, cum laude, class of 2021, Luke Baldwin Award.
Remington Hasley, magna cum laude.
Reina Montillo Familia.
Chloe Bridget Koyunjin, cum laude.
Lauren Allison Naimo.
Kaylee Alana Chicas, summa cum laude.
Meg Elizabeth McCarney, magna cum laude.
Carrie Ann Larson, magna cum laude.
Alia Shifa Babar.
Sophie Kate Smurthwaite, magna cum laude.
Christina Apinana, magna cum laude.
Emily R. Crowley, magna cum laude.
Michael Dussault, cum laude, class of 2021.
Morgan Elizabeth Piatek.
Daniel L. DePisa, class of 2020.
Nicole Doherty, summa cum laude.
Shaban Himayon McMahon, cum laude.
David Haynes Ruse, summa cum laude.
Joshua Glidden, summa cum laude.
Stephanie F. Berry.
Charisse Detweiler, magna cum laude.
Claire E. Latino, summa cum laude.
Sarah F. Williams, summa cum laude, class of 2020.
Mary Ann Schaefer, summa cum laude.
Liana Hertel, class of 2020.
Lucinda Sky Dugan.
Sophia Rose Vito.
Caroline Frances Donnellan. magna cum laude.
Melissa Semedo.
Karina Vincent Valentino, cum laude.
Ruth Fiona Genti Bazile, summa cum laude.
Audrey Rose Shamali.
Tayreen Mendez, summa cum laude.
Elena Esperanza Serrano, cum laude.
Kristen Marie Caterino, cum laude.
Patrick E. Corin, class of 2021.
Azil Carrido Daly.
And Tasha D. Lamb, class of 2021.
Amelia Charlotte Kachmar.
Matthew Jocks, summa cum laude.
Samantha Amaro, class of 2020.
Viviana Garcia, cum laude.
Sharon Hope Muwangazi.
Megan Kinsherf.
Carmen Elena Magana.
Waheguru Casa Smith, summa cum laude.
Janair C. Moore.
Alexandra Carolina Fables Rodriguez.
Samantha M. Hassett, cum laude, class of 2020.
Miranda Cabasares, summa cum laude.
Megan Anderson Waldron, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Lorraine Foley, cum laude.
Sarah Martina Vercosa Silva, cum laude.
Anna Jane Dykeman, magna cum laude.
Najifa Tanjim, summa cum laude, class of 2020.
Yasmin Laura Zaminia Kaban.
Judith Ruby Sumarezi.
Katia Marie Small, class of 2020.
Victoria Berenice Ramos.
Lamia A. Al-Sabahi, magna cum laude, class of 2021.
Maria Farias, class of 2020.
Cristal Rose Wallace, cum laude, class of 2020.
Anthony J. Farago, class of 2021.
Arday Ricker.
Andrew J. Medeiros, magna cum laude, class of 2020.
Jennifer Ramirez, class of 2020.
Kristen DeCochi, cum laude, class of 2021. Antonia Marie Karen. Kara Jean Haga. Lindsay Marie Jensen. Malia Colleen Medina, cum laude. Samantha Jean Jensen, magna cum laude. Claire Alexander Hounslow. Claire Alexandra Hounslow, magna cum laude. Jeremy Orlando Colon. How do we do?
I will ask that all guests remain in their seats and please clear the aisles. Following the conferral of degrees, so that the stage party, our faculty, and our new graduates will have the opportunity to march out of the pavilion. Will the candidates for all degrees and certificates please rise? I certify that these students have fully complied with the regulations prescribed by our faculty and that they have, by examination or performance, demonstrated thoroughness of their work. On behalf of the faculty, I present these candidates to you so that these degrees may be granted.
Today, Lesley awards nearly 1,300 degrees to 2022 graduates, and we recognize the 2,500 degrees conferred in 2020 and 2021. We wish for each of you the satisfaction, strength, and resolve that come from such an achievement. All of you join the rich legacy of Lesley alumni who bring to the workplace and the world compassion, competence, dedication, and a commitment to strengthening the human condition. And so, by the authority granted to me by the Lesley University Board of Trustees, and with the approval of the Lesley University faculty, I award to each of you your respective degree with all the rights, privileges, opportunities, and responsibilities it offers you as an educated citizen of the global community. Graduates, congratulations. Please move your tassel to the left.